Hey everybody, welcome to another video, and welcome to Throwback Tuesday. If you don't know what Throwback Tuesday is, I've got a ton of content on hard drives, which I found out during a house move. So as you can probably tell, if you're not new to the channel, I'm in my new workshop, obviously. But when I was moving house a couple of weeks ago, I found out a few hard drives which I'd stored some content on, and I've got around about 6 terabytes of unedited content. So I've started a new series, Throwback Tuesday and Throwback Thursday. So make sure you get subscribed because you don't want to miss those videos. But basically what I'm doing is I'm taking some of that old content that I haven't uploaded and I'm editing it down into videos because I don't like to waste content. The information is there for everybody to use, and you know, people find it useful, they find these videos useful and things like that. So I thought I'd do a series and, you know, prevent myself from wasting content, and hopefully you enjoy it. So this video that I'm about to show you today is a video which was filmed on the 24th of February 2022. I was in my old workshop in the loft. I hadn't been in there long, but yes, it was an incredible mess. But basically, this was a Nintendo Switch which had a display issue, and it wasn't related to the display. So it was a board issue, and it's a fairly common issue which I see in my workshop, where someone will... Milo, every time I go to record an intro, you decide to come in. Do you want to come and say hello to the people? Come on. Come here. No, now you're going to say hello to the people because you've disturbed the video. So say hi. Hi. There you go. Milo said hi. Milo's annoying. But anyway, that being said, Milo. That being said, I'm trying to talk. That being said, we'll just wait for you to finish crying, shall we? You've just eaten. You've just come in from outside. You have nothing wrong with you, other than the fact that you're annoyed. Don't talk over me. No. Don't talk over me. I'm talking. I'm talking to the people. Come here, Milo. Don't tell me no. I'll ground you. Yeah, he don't care. He's probably going to knock my camera over in a minute. But anyway, this is a common issue where people basically, they plug the LCD wrong. I'm trying to gather my bearings now because Milo's disturbed me. But they plug the LCD wrong, and then as soon as... Shut up! As soon as they turn it on, boom goes the dynamite. Dynamite? The dynamite. Boom goes the dynamite. So, yeah, they blow the LCD drive out, and yeah, that's the most common issue. But it can also be a bad backlight, a bad LCD connector, or the bad power management chip as well. There's a few things that can cause it. I'm not going to spoil it, so make sure you check out the video. But with that being said, if you are new to the channel and you like this type of content, I would really appreciate it if you hit subscribe. I'm trying to finish really quick, so I'm running out of breath. Make sure you get subscribed, turn on the bell notifications, that way you don't miss any future videos. And if you do want to organise a repair, I promise Milo won't disturb me while I'm actually doing a repair because I shut the door. So, consolefix.co.uk, you can book in a repair, or you can get in touch if you've got any questions about the repair. And also, let's tell you about today's sponsor, my own online store. Today's video is brought to you by my own online store. Whether you need HDMI ports or charging chips, you'll probably find it at Console Fix. We sell disk drives and power supplies. Just trust me, bro. I tell no lies. If you need stuff, just check the store, because I'll probably find one on my workshop floor. I've got parts to get you going, and I already know. This ad, it's mind-blowing. So get your wallet out, don't be a dick, just spend your money at Console Fix. Alright, I'll stop rhyming now. Console Fix! Okay, so apparently this has no display. And apparently it has a backlight, so it's definitely a board issue on the display circuit according to the other business. Let's just see what goes on. Actually, let's get the USB ammeter and we'll just see if it's actually charging. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. What happened there then? 1.66 amps. Oh wow, that is That is not normal. I better unplug that. That is not normal at all. 1.66 amps at 5 volts. Okie dokie. So what I'm going to do, first thing I always do, is try and take over the world. Well, that and disconnect the battery. Alright, so I've disconnected the battery. The reason for that is because I don't want to get any false readings off the multimeter. And if we've got power coming through, then it's going to appear as though everything's short because the circuit is complete. So we don't have the battery connected while we're using the multimeter unless we're testing for voltage. And we don't want to test for voltage, we want to check and try and find some shorts. So I'm going to take the multimeter and I'm going to put it into resistance mode. So it's going to be difficult for you to see, but I will try. And I'm going to pop one probe on ground here. And we're getting 4.5 thousand ohms, 5,000 ohms. It is climbing, that's normal. It generally settles down around about 10,000 ohms, but yeah. And let's just check some of these caps around here. And we don't appear to have any shorts around here. But like I said, this has got high current draw. So what we're going to need to do here is we're going to need to just remove the heatsink first and foremost. And we're also going to need to remove the game card reader. And then because I know the CPU is fine, I'm going to take the charger and I'm going to plug the charger back in again in a short while. That's definitely been taken off before. It's fine. So I'm going to get the game card reader removed as well, because I want to check around this area here for any kind of heat. There we go. And I'm going to plug the battery back in. And okay, we do get a backlight there. So it is turning on actually. Let's plug the charger back in. But yeah, that is turning on. The backlight is coming on and staying on as well, which means it's definitely working. But that 1.5 amps or whatever it was of current draw did have me a little bit concerned, to be honest. It's definitely not a normal current draw. Shut up, multimeter, punk ass. It's definitely not a normal current draw. So let's just have a look here. Okay, is the charger going to activate? There we go. Yes, it is. Yeah, 1.82 amps, and then the charger starts to shut off. Okay, and then it turns back on, so it can't negotiate 15 volts. Interesting. What kind of current does it draw with the battery removed? 400 milliamps ish. Yeah, so see, that's not normal either. And the reason that's not normal is because it should be drawing something like 0.01 milliamps, not 400 milliamps. And it's up and down as well. It's bouncing up and down. Let's get the board out. Let's see if we can figure this thing out. It should be repairable. Whether or not it actually is, I don't know. I'm hoping it is, because this is going to make an interesting video as well. I should probably remove the charger there. This is plugged into, it might only be plugged into a 5 volt charger. Let me change that. Okay, now it's at 15 volts. Let's prompt it to boot with the charger. Okay, we're getting 15 volts. And yeah, still no display. Okay. I don't think it's going to be a display issue, to be honest. Just given the symptoms so far. So I'm going to hunt around and see if I can pick it up with the microscope. This IC here does drive the LCD directly. So we've got that one there. And then on the back we've got another LCD, well, another driver here. I believe this is some sort of amplifying IC for the audio, but it does stop it from displaying. So I have had it before where this IC was damaged and it stopped it from displaying. So there is that. We also have Max 77620A, which is a primary power management IC. So it could be that. We've got a couple of drivers here. We've got one just there and one just there. One of them is for the backlight. I think it's this one. I don't know what this one's for, but one of them is for backlight and the other one I'm not sure. So I'm not seeing much of anything though in terms of any kind of damage. So let's just have a look with the multimeter and see if we've got a short here. I'm probably going to replace this IC anyway, just based on prior repairs that I've done. So with the multimeter in continuity mode then. Okay, we have a short here. Yeah, we have a direct short to ground there, 0.07 ohms. But the question is it this IC or is it something unrelated? We could inject a couple of, well, 1 volt or something into it, but I think it's probably best to just remove the IC. Based on previous experiences, I think this IC is probably bad. So I'm going to remove this IC here. So like I said, this is the LCD driver. I'll have to take one from a donor board. I don't have any, and I don't have the part number either. I'll find the part number by the time I edit the video. So I've got my hot air set at 480 degrees Celsius. This is a BGA IC. Alright, there we go. So that IC is removed. So let's test again and see if we have a short still. Interesting, we do. We do still have a short here. So that's connected to that pad there. That's very odd. So I've got a donor board here. I don't think that's meant to show up as short. It was showing up as 0.07 ohms anyway. Okay, that is meant to show up as short. That's weird. Maybe it's low impedance. Well, this board has a dead NAND. So I'm going to take this IC anyway. Why not? I'm going to take this IC from here. I'm just going to drop it onto the board that I'm working on. We shouldn't need to reboard it. The chip is small enough to a point where we don't need to. Trying to remove this clean. So as I can just drop it straight on. Shouldn't need to reboard it. Okay, that's gone into line. So maybe that is a low impedance line then. I just didn't know. It's not very often that I have to work on this circuit, so I haven't memorised everything. But that was showing up as dead short, and I don't know of a reason why you would have an inductor on a low impedance line, to be honest. Or not a low impedance line, sorry, on the ground point. I don't know why you would have an inductor on ground. Maybe someone in the comments knows? Alright, let's just clean this up quickly. Okay, let's quickly inspect the inside of the LCD connector. So because I took that off, I just may as well have changed it anyway. Yeah, the connector itself looks good. Alright, well, that component's back on there anyway. So let's just try it with that new driver on it. Alright, so I'm not really bothered about plugging anything else in. It's just going to be a quick test. Let's just plug in the charger to prompt it to boot. Boom. Boom. It was the driver. We get a charging symbol. And we get a display. Hey! I love guessing. Guessing's great. You gotta love the guesswork. I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan of that screen protector, that's for sure. Well, you gotta love guessing. Sometimes all it takes is a guess. Okay, so let's think about this here. It's an educated guess because this IC here it's a common failure point. It is the LCD display driver, and yeah, I've had them fail so many times. I just well, not so many times. I've had them fail. I've probably done 20 of these in the time I've been working on the Nintendo Switch. It's not the most common failure point, but it is a failure point nonetheless. So you take kind of an educated guess when the board is clean and it's not looking like there's any signs of any damage. I did think it was shorted. That was my mistake. It's not shorted by the look of it. It looks like that is perfectly normal. I just don't know why you would have an inductor on ground. So yeah, people perceive me as the man to go to when it comes to consoles. I don't know everything, and I keep trying to tell people this. I don't know everything, and I'm not formally educated. I'm not. I left school when I was 12, so I've got no formal qualifications. I learned all of this stuff myself by just practicing, trial and error, that sort of thing. And yeah, it doesn't take a genius to do this kind of work. And if you're someone who's just starting out, you can do it. You can do it. It's not exactly difficult. I've been filming right now for 27 minutes and this device is fixed and I'm on video. 27 minutes and I'm on video. I would have fixed this in 15 minutes. 15 minutes to fix this. But that just comes with experience. That's not because I'm, great at my job. It's not because I'm a genius. It's not because I'm really clever. It's just because I've worked on them before and I'm experienced. But that comes by practicing. That is pretty much all I can say, really. And if you practice, you will be able to do it. So I'm going to get this back together fully, and then I'm going to give it a full test. A bit of thermal paste on the screen. Boom. We have a display. And the touchscreen works as well. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, let's do a few basic tests. So we'll test the internet, make sure that loads up my Wi-Fi. And there we go. So it connects to the internet. Let's test some Joy-Cons. And boom. There we go. Unable to access. Okay. Yeah, that is fine because, this SD card doesn't actually work in the Nintendo Switch for some reason. And I don't think I have a game to hand, so I'll do those tests off camera, but it does appear to be working fine. Touchscreen appears to be working, so I'm happy that this console is now working. Is there one in there? No, of course there's not. Never mind. Okay, well, yeah, I'm happy that it works. Just make sure that it charges both sides. I'll test docking off camera because otherwise it'll mess with my mics. It's charging that side. 0.8 amps, which is normal. And 0.8 amps, so that is normal. That is what I would expect to see. 0.8, 0.9, something along those lines, and then around about 1.2 amps if the battery was completely dead. So yeah, this is the importance of keeping a tab in your head, sort of thing, of solutions that are common for the issues that you face, things like that. And typically on these, no display is generally down to either the display itself, the LCD connector, the backlight, or the LCD driver, it's usually one of those. And given what was on the ticket, the LCD had already been checked, and I could see that the backlight was working. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy. The console is working fully. Just got to put it back together. I do need to test docking, but it does mess with my microphone, so I'll do that off camera. That's absolutely fine. But other than that, this console's working, and it can go back to the customer, and the customer can be happy. And there we go. So yeah, I probably spoilt it in the beginning, but obviously, as you can see, bad LCD driver because someone's plugged it in wrong, or they've unplugged the LCD while it was turned on, or while the battery was plugged in. It's a common thing. It's an easy mistake to make. I've done it myself. But that being said, if you've got the right tools and you've got the right know-how, which you now should have, it's not as bad of a job as you think. So a little bit of practice, a little bit of micro soldering, a little bit of reboarding, jobs are good. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do have any comments or questions, please leave them down in the comment section down below. Always happy to hear people's feedback and things like that. And if you do want to organise a repair, like I said earlier, well, actually like 30 seconds ago for me, but like I said earlier, if you do want to organise a repair, consolefix.co.uk, there'll be a link in the video description. And also check out my online store if you need any parts and supplies as well. Links are all in the video description to those as well. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, see you later. Bye for now. Why did I just wink? Weird.